So I thought the other day when Pfizer announced that it's brought out this vaccine that is 90% effective. If this world does recover and we get up there and the world starts rotating, travel opens, cruise ships open, which stocks should you buy? Now for me, I thought, why don't I do two videos, one on the UK market, one on the US market, because my audience is split. So this video is 3 stocks you can buy, low, medium and high risk during a pandemic that should do well outside. So before we get into the video, please do pick up the object to the left of you, pick it up, throw it into your screen, smash that like button until it turns blue, and then drop in the comments what that object was that you used to destroy your screen with. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and if you want to join the chat room or support the channel, check out the Patreon link perks in the description. And if you're not from the US or Canada, join eTORO on the pinned comment and you can join our chat room for life for free, where I'm there every single day. These self-promotions are getting too long, huh? Anyway, 3 stocks you should buy. Like I said, I've talked about low risk, medium and high. Now the medium is going to be more of a dividend play that I'm thinking of investing in, and these are genuine stocks that are either on my radar or already in my portfolio. And the first one is the low risk. And the low risk one is, well, it is a sexy company if you ask Warren Buffett. It is Coke, K-O, ticker symbol Coke, K-O, Coca-Cola. And it is a solid company, perfectly known as a dividend company, but that is just a bonus to me. Coca-Cola, if you get it at a good value and you buy every big dip, Coca-Cola long term, you will do very, very well on. Warren Buffett famously said he will never, ever, ever sell Coke, which is probably why he never visited Colombia. But jokes aside, Warren Buffett is a big fan of Coke, and to be honest, so am I. I go through cyclical trades on Cola, to be honest. I tend to buy it in its channels at the bottom and then resell at the highs and just rinse and repeat that. And if I get a dividend along the way, happy damn days. But that said, don't buy Coke right here. Wait for a good pullback and then size in accordingly. I always say that you should be buying positions of roughly 10% of your total allocation to that asset. So that way you're not going all in at any one time on any stock, and you can get a good dollar cost average. That's why majority of my account is sat in cash right now, because I am just waiting for the right opportunity on the right stocks. My watch list is literally probably 20 stocks big at the moment for my investing portfolio. So I'm just waiting for dips to come, and Coca-Cola is definitely on that radar. But unfortunately, in this range, I can't really buy it right now, but I'm hoping we do get a decent pullback, because Coca-Cola is definitely one of my favorite companies of all time. So that's the first stock. Your low risk one is Coca-Cola, but again, at a good dip and a good value. Now the next one, the medium risk or the dividend payer. Now when I go onto this, I want to say I am not a financial advisor, most likely in the area you are living on. Although I am actually a financial advisor by trade, I am not qualified in your area, so please do take my words as a pinch of salt and do your own due diligence when it comes to day trading, stock trading, or investing. Now, the medium risk company, in my opinion, is ExxonMobil, and this is why. Because it's a solid dividend player, it's got very, very good financial health, and historically, it is committed to making sure it pays its dividend. Now, for me, Exxon is very, very undervalued, and I think oil sector is probably my biggest sector that I like right now. Everything is going cheap, and most of these bigger oil players, your BPs, your Shells, your ExxonMobils, your Totals, all have a good 2 to 3 times your money if things go back to normal. Now, oil is not just cars, it's not just planes, it's not just cruise ships, it's also plastics and things like that. But all of these companies are also majorly into renewable energies. That's right, you Elon Musk lovers. Tesla's not the only one building solar farms. If you want to know more on Exxon, I did a video, I'm going to link it up here. Hopefully it's up here, and probably actually no, it's up here. But I'm going to link a video there, you can check it out, and I do think Exxon is a good part of your portfolio, and more importantly then dividends should pay for themselves. I think Exxon right now is actually a good buy, and in fact I actually have some in my portfolio, but I'm only about 20% allocated to that one stock, to be completely clear. Now, if travel reopens and the world starts rotating and people start consuming oil, but more importantly, if OPEC, the oil governing bodies, get together again and slow down production, we will see oil price increase, and therefore we will see these companies come back to profitability. So I think oil is very, very undervalued, and have no mistake, oil is going nowhere soon, and in fact probably will still be around before I die, which could be any day now given the current pandemic. Now coming on to the higher risk one, and I must say take this with a pinch of salt, because when I say it's high risk, I think that it's a higher risk and therefore it should be a smaller part of your portfolio, but I do think you can make good money on this ticker as well. And this is where I'm looking into, your cruise ships, which everyone's talking about, your airlines, which everyone's talking about. But in the normal world, your airlines were never really making massive profits anyway. Your cruise ships, sometimes can be hit hard with, capsizings and things like that. So that's a bit risky. But what industry has closed pretty much and has a backlog of product coming because of the pandemic? And quite frankly, cinemas and entertainment complexes. So I'm talking about Cinemark Holdings. Now, these cinemas, I am in a UK cinema company called Cineworld, and it is very, very close to bankruptcy. And I want to be very, very clear, it's a very high risk trade. That said, I'm currently up about 70% on it. And I'm not in big size or anywhere close to what I'd want to be in it, but it's been a very good performer. For me, it was about 2% of my portfolio and very, very worth a go. Cineworld was the second biggest cinema company in the world at the time. They've got huge, huge assets. And the biggest reason why I like cinemas, and Cinemark, if you're from the US, is probably a good equivalent, but in a better situation than Cineworld. Too many Cines here. But Cinemark, if the world reopens and things go back to normal, in the end of this year, early next year, we're going to have a backlog of movies. Everything's been delayed. James Bond was delayed. Top Gun was delayed. There's so many movies coming out, but more importantly, there was a lot of movies scheduled for next year anyway, which were still halfway through production. So we should have more movies. I'm estimating about 150% of movies usually that we get blockbuster-wise in a year. And with everybody being sat at home, they're going to want to get out and go to the cinema anyway. So I think that cinemas are a good example of companies you should look at. And if you look at Cinemark and you get it at this price and you get it at some good value, you can make 2 to 3x on your money if the world goes back to normal. Now that said, I want to be very, very clear that all these companies have also accumulated debt over the course of this pandemic. There's a lot of risks with trading, but for me, these are my low, medium, and high risk buys that I am actually looking at right now to add to my portfolio. And I think out of all of them, my favorite would be Exxon. But that said, that's down to you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. What's your favorite tickers? What's your favorite dividend stock or your favorite growth stock? Let me know in the comments. If you want me to do an STI video on any of these companies as well, a full review of that company in depth, let me know in the comments. That's it from me. Take care. Peace.